Hey there. It's 12:15, so excuse me if I look a little, tired. I was on YouTube and I was just watching the opening to the Eminem show. I think that's what it is. That's what it said it was. And it showed a bunch of senators and news TV reporters talking about how rap and his music was degenerate and wrong and all that stuff, and how it was, quote, one Senator Conrad Burns, whoever the hell he is, that this music is tearing at the moral fibre of a nation and a society, or something to that effect. And that there's a little something that I wouldn't mind saying to Mr. Conrad Burns, Senator Conrad Burns. Well, yes, I do find that music very obscene. I don't listen to it. I hate it. I don't listen to rap like that. I mean, I think Eminem, he's really, really talented. I mean, he's got a gift. But I don't think he uses it very well. Even though he does rap very well, I don't like his lyrics. But in response to that quote, tearing at moral fibre, I think now that is more hypocrisy than you'll ever get. Okay? So Eminem makes a couple of bad lyrics. Tell your kids, explain to your kids before they get bad, okay? Explain to your kids that the music is not right and you would not like to listen to it, and if they do, they should not take it inside them. And even though it's impressionable on some kids, when I listen to bad music, I end up swearing a lot, like that. Do something about it, okay? Take the music away from them, or just explain to them. Fine, there's part of the problem solved. But what was I gonna say? There's no bigger hypocrisy, because tearing at the moral fibre. So Eminem is music. Not everybody listens to Eminem, and I'm sure most of the bad kids, well, at least a lot of the bad kids don't listen to Eminem. It's not music cause, and it's not video game cause. I have Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I love that game. It's shooting, it's drugs, it's sex, it's all that crap. But I'm a good kid. I swear sometimes, but I don't bully people. I mean, even pretending to bully people in drama class gets me depressed for the rest of the day. That doesn't make an impression on me, and I'm sure it doesn't on most kids, as people think it does. It's not proven. You can't prove that it has an effect. And the hypocritical thing is that they say is tearing at their moral fibre, something superficial, something trivial like that, something that's just entertainment. Well, what about anti-Semitism, okay? What about war? What about that horrible pollution by the media that people have? That people poison and people's minds with subliminal messages and manipulation of all the stories. Everything is crooked on TV today. Everything, even on those news problems that claim they care about kids and who talk about Eminem and who cut him down, when he's just an entertainer. And all those people cut him down, and they themselves on that show are manipulating the words. They twist everything. For example, what my mum always notices, because she's an activist of Israel, and what I always notice as well is how much, like the BBC, so anti-Semitic. Most of you wouldn't even notice it because you guys are so brainwashed. I bet you don't appreciate being called brainwashed, but maybe you should take a look into some of the stories they have, and you should take a closer look. They're all brainwashing. Everything is geared towards hating Israel. Everything, even the words. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole other story. But the point is, tearing at the moral fibre. There are so many other things that are tearing at moral fibre. Abuse by the parents. Abuse by bullies at school, abuse by the teachers, by the screwed up school systems. That's what's screwing up kids. School systems, for example. What else? Brainwashing by the media. Movies. Not so much, because that ties in with the whole music thing, but do you see my point? They're making such a big deal out of nothing, and that applies to so many other subjects, like smoking, which is another story again. You're going to ask me about that. I'll post it tomorrow. A whole music, Eminem, smoking, this, that, the other, when in fact the real bad things are the evil running in the rivers that are the little streams running unseen through the roots, you know. It's not the things that are so visible. Maybe it's not. Maybe you've got to think outside the box. Look between the lines is what I'm saying. It's this silently creeping trickles of evil polluting, weaving around your feet, where it's not the thing that's right in front of your face. It's not always that. It's the stuff that gets in your mind and you don't even know it. If I tell people the BBC is anti-Semitic, they go, no, how can it be? There you go. So look at it from my point of view, for example. So they could be, or they couldn't be. Mine's just an opinion, okay? It may be right, it may not be right. But take a minute to think. Maybe it is. I mean, for those of you who think the media is all innocent and everything, maybe it's not. Take a minute to think that. Take a minute to think that maybe, just because it's a big international thing, even in America now, maybe it's not. Maybe it hasn't got both sides. Maybe it is brainwashing. That is the real evil. And that is the real pollution that's polluting minds. So you care about your kid? Tell him the truth.